Hello.
Hello.
Wait, have I started the stream? Shit. Oh, I have. Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Ero F2 here today. As you can see, it is round 13 and therefore the Belgian Grand Prix. So, should be some good racing in store for all today. Championship leader Aldridge makes his return after having a few weeks out. His last time racing was in Great Britain, so he is back to defend the lead of his championship, which has been cut down to 24 points by Jericho Balgos, who has taken 2 wins on the bounce in his absence. So the championship title fight is hotting up with only 5 races remaining, starting here in Spa-Francorchamps, which is a track which can throw up many surprises in terms of weather. So we look forward to getting underway and seeing what it has in store for us. Last week I was joined by Josh. Today I'm rejoined by JJ. It's been a while, JJ. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hello, everyone. And let's it was Hungry interesting last week.
Yes, it was actually. Yes, it was. So
So
if you
no
didn't
growing.
watch last week, there was, I guess, quite a high tie where Jericho Bagos did manage to win out. It was funny because Masiek had a massive chance of winning the race, but unfortunately he spun and crashed with a few laps to go. As obviously Jericho had a 5-second time penalty, but Masiek was none the wiser to that. So unfortunately he couldn't grab that victory. Also, the Red Bull driver of King had a good chance to win the race as he was on a very good strategy, but unfortunately he spun out in the early phases of his second stint, so he didn't manage to pull that off. But we've got a full grid. Have we got a full grid right now?
No, it's 18 because we had 3 drivers pull out because of random reasons. Quinton got COVID. Gareth shattered from his training, and then I think someone else just didn't respond in one of the Red Bulls.
Okay. Um,
So we've got obviously the new reserves today. We've got Rain in the what car is he? Alpha. Rain in the Alpha Tauri, Enzo in the McLaren, and then Sorakawa makes a return in Red Bull, and it's overcast.
yeah.
Okay, whatever, whatever. Okay, so what are you predicting for today?
I have absolutely no idea. We'll see in terms of what Aldridge can do to re-solidify his current 24-point lead in the championship. Besides that, I have no idea. This track, me personally, I absolutely hate this track. Wait, let me just make sure I'm streaming in the right place because sometimes it's...
No, the ping did come on my phone.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I
No,
absolutely hate this track. I think it's horrendous to drive. The worst
it's a
it's been for
good.
quite a few years as well. I used to like it on F1 2019, but since then I've not been good at it at all.
Yeah, Ferret's the first car out, and he's the only one out. As we're still trying to find out the weather, I don't know what it is because Martino sounds happy. Oh, please don't say it's going to rain. Um, well, it looks like it's a dry quality. Ah! Oh,
What?
it's meant to be a wet race majority.
Majority?
Yes.
As in from the start or from the end?
Don't know, Jericho. Yeah, it's meant to start raining, and then it might dry up in the middle of the race.
Interesting. So then, seems like Spa is going to throw that spanner in the works, as spoken about just at the start of this stream with the weather. So it's definitely something to look out for. At the moment, we've got quite a few cars out on track. Leading that is Ferret de Souza in the Ferrari. You can see he's just trying to build some extra tire temperature before he gets to the bus stop chicane to start off his lap. There's an AlphaTauri currently on their way out of the pits, so we'll stay with Ferret and watch him on his lap as, barring any unfortunate invalidations, he will be the first driver to set a lap time in qualifying. So coming down into turn one, you see the line just going across the track there. You brake probably about 50 meters after that. Maybe 50 meters is quite a bit actually, but you brake at some point after that, and then it's flat out all the way down Eau Rouge up through Radion as there's yellow flags being waved in the final sector. Really, this first sector is all Eau Rouge and turn one. It's funny, you can lose quite a bit of time in the middle of Eau Rouge if you don't take it good enough. Let's see how much of the track he uses on the left. A bit of the curb, down into gear 4, using the inside curb again, having to lift off slightly in the middle of the corner just to restabilize the rear of that car. Now entering the middle sectors, downhill braking. Be careful to lock the front right as you can go very, very deep into the corner, and that will lose you time as you have to straighten up the car coming through that very fast right hand down. Is he going to find his way out of the session? He just about manages to keep it together, or it could have been the end of qualifying there for Ferret.
Yeah, but Tuka's next car behind, his teammate behind him, and he hasn't done the same. Oh, he nearly lost in the same place. And now we've got the flit left-hander, which everyone complains about. Oh, but yeah, because this track's got so many corners can bite you and take you out. As proved in real life and in the game. But it's a clean section for Tuka, apart from that little half spin. It's coming up to a car to get out of the way. That's dope. That's a
There's an AlphaTauri in a barrier or something.
Yeah. I was confused there for a second, but no, I think he's spat out and just trying to get out of the way.
I think the Ferraris might try a little slipstream here. As you can see up ahead, Ferret is just maybe slowing down a little bit for his teammate. Let's see if he can get, he does jump out of the way. He wouldn't have got anything from that. Heavy on the brakes just after 100 meters, misses the first apex. With the second apex, but has gone quite deep early on the power, and it's going to be the first lap time on the board. It's a 1 minute 42.6 for Patuka. There's quite a few cars behind. I believe Bios is coming through the final corner on the medium tyres, is the Haas driver as he opens DRS. That looks clean enough, but the lap time is not going to be very quick. So 1 minute 45.0, which Vicala very, very quickly beats, but it's still quite off. Captain Emre going up into P2. We've got a Williams of Aldridge, the championship leader. He goes P2.
25,000.
Still very early on in the session. Aldridge currently in P2. Who have we got behind? We've got a Mercedes of Jericho Balgos entering the final corner. This is the man with the mission, with the task to chase down the current championship leader, who is Aldridge. And he's about to come across the line and go on provisional pole with 1 minute 42.2. So 4 attempts up on what anybody else has managed to do so far in this session. You've currently got Masiek also coming to the bus stop chicane. What does it look like? He does make the first apex. The car looks very, very stable in the middle of that corner. He's going to open up DRS and drive to the line. What's it going to be for Masiek? Is P4, 1 minute 42.7.
Malberg's coming to the line now, coming on the last corner now. And let's see what his time it's going to be. Comes to the line now, and it's P8. So he's only just ahead of his teammate who's on mediums. Obviously a lot of cars in out laps. Sarakain's just started a lap. Like a lot of cars obviously trying to get a lap because they're invalidated.
What's happened at the final corner?
I think it's just Martino and both Aston Martin fighting. So what do you expect? And it's Tapper and Martino. So Tapper's going to get a slipstream. This is not going to end well. But I can't see anyone else who's going to be getting near the line as our lap.
Hassan in the McLaren's currently in the final sector. Is about to come through Blanchimont and power down towards the bus stop chicane. Let's see what his first lap is going to look like and where it can put him in the current pecking order. It looks like he might be a few seconds off the pace. We'll wait and see. Looking at something like a 1 minute 43. Is it going to be? It's a 42.8, so a decent lap there from the McLaren. Only 6 tenths down, so a good lap there from Hassan. Who else is currently on the lap at the moment?
Yeah, I just caught Martino. He's hit the wall. I don't think he's got damage, but he just hit the wall and
he spun out.
And Rats just retired. Oh, what's he? Oh, bloody hell.
So we'll follow Oliver now. He's still on the lap. Otapa looked like he was going slowly.
He backed out,
So
yeah. The tap
yeah,
isn't
we'll follow his
validated.
teammate. It looked like they were trying to slipstream somewhere there, but we'll follow his teammate on board at the moment and see what Libernal can
I'm going to
produce
see.
in this final sector.
Oh, that's why. Rat's crashed out at I don't know what corner it is. I've got to get the corner number.
So unfortunately, it looked like Libernal dipped a wheel in the grass. So probably won't be the best of lap times for him. Let's see how he makes this final chicane look. It does look very nice, neat and tidy, but will the lap time be quick enough? Not at the moment. It's P10 for Libernal.
Yeah, so he randomly crashed out of turn 7. So that's just after the straight. Which is a weird corner to do it on. He must have hit the curving and has spun out completely.
So currently nobody on a quick lap, as far as I'm aware. No, Ferret is started what will be potentially his first lap time, barring any invalidations. Let's see what he can do in this middle sector. Obviously, we're riding on board with Ferret last time around, and he got very out of shape around here. Can he keep it nice and clean? Yes, he does. So we'll see what his middle sector is going to look like as he comes through the very, very fast left hand. I don't know what corner that is, but it's a corner which seems to...
Libernal spins out at the same place Ferret cracks spun out.
Yeah, you can see that in the bottom right of the screen. Yellow flags being waved in the middle sector at the moment. The Aston Martin driver going slowly. What can Ferret do though in this middle sector? It's a 14.1 middle sector. So this could be somewhere in the top 5 as his teammate is just making sure he's well out of the way there as he comes down the long, very, very long back straight. Ready for the heavy braking point, which is the bus stop chicane, and he does hook that up very, very nicely, seemingly. And can he straighten up the car? Yes, he does. He's on the power, DRS wide open, and it's a 1 minute 42.5 for Ferret, and that's P2.
What is it with Jericho's quality pace? He always is like 2-3 tenths ahead of everyone.
Yeah, he'll be open to translate that into the race this week. Obviously now that
P9.
Sorry. Bios is out of the race. Bios has crashed.
Oh, yeah, I know what corner that is.
Yeah, the beginning of the final sector. So the very, very tricky right-hander. He's probably lost the rear a little bit and is out of qualifying. He'll start no higher than P13.
And he hit his lap on mediums, remember? And you do not want to start last when it rains. Because it's going to be really hard to get up ahead. That wasn't English. But Matuka's on a lap and he's half a tenth up. So he could get ahead of his teammate for the front row. Honestly, he got a break after this Loki as well, if you remember.
I didn't know that actually, no.
Yeah, so we'll have a break next week, but someone's probably going to try and sort of social race that or something.
Okay, why do we have a break?
I don't know, ask Martino.
Okay.
As usual. Matuka's come to the sector 2 line now. And he's 3.5 tenths up. So he could snatch pole away if he gets a good sector 3. There's no slipstream, all of his Eros getting used to keep the car straight. Comes to the bus stop now.
He's
lock up! Yeah, he locked up, I heard it. He probably lost like a tenth maybe. Oh, he's lost the car.
No, he lost more than that. Yeah, he lost quite a bit of time. It still goes P2. It's a shame for 2 car. It would have been provisional pole. Yeah,
he could have definitely got that. Who else is on that? Yolmir, Ferret. Oh, Jericho! Oh, Jericho's got lap traffic! Because Sarakar's ahead of us on a lap, and that's not going to help him.
Is he going to jump out of the way? Oh,
that was really close. And he's going to be 10.5 up. Jericho could get into the 41s. Alright. Aldridge is... I mean, there isn't like doing as much impact as I thought.
I think with Aldridge, what we've seen so far this season is that he makes most of his impact in the race. So it'll be interesting to see where he can put his car in qualifying. But at the moment, we've got Jericho Bagos. Is he about to extend his lead at the top? Yes, he does. He takes a tenth and a little bit, and extends his advantage. Currently out on provisional pole with a 1 minute 42.1. We'll have a quick look at the gaps. You can see from P13 up to P1, currently 1.9 seconds. I do expect that gap to close with the last 5 minutes of the session. Let's see if we can find anybody currently on the lap. We've got Masiek coming through the middle sector at the moment. So he's currently 6 tenths off the man on provisional pole, which is Jericho Balgos. Does he have enough speed to threaten the front row? We're about to find out what he's managed to hook together in this middle sector. He's up by just over a tenth, so he could be looking at a front row if he can hook up his final sector. As you saw, Patuka struggling quite a lot going through the bus stop chicane. Let's see if Messi can find any time now. All he has to do is keep his foot down on the throttle and spot his braking zone very, very nicely. Can he do it? Is he going to find that apex? No, he goes deep and he comes into the pits. So he probably lost a bit of time there.
So Hassan's going to be next call, unless Stippy's going to improve his time on lap attack. No, he's pitted. Hassan was a 10th up at sector 2. And he keeps it clean this time in the bus stop. Coming to the lap, to the straight now. Is he going to improve? Just a P5. So the reserve Hassan gets into P5 in McLaren. And I think next call is Sarakaya in the Red Bull today.
Yeah, and this lap could put him somewhere inside, or it should put him in the top 10. We'll see what he can do coming through the final corner. Does he hook it up nicely? Yes, he does. Is he going to get the drive that he wants off that corner? It does seem like he does. And where is he going to go? He goes P14.
So, Lucky, what happened last week at Hungary?
What, in terms of qualifying or the race?
The race results, obviously, because I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, so Jericho, obviously Aldridge wasn't racing, so Jericho won out there. It was quite a good battle for the podium. Libanau managed to pick up third position after starting, I think, 18th 16th.
It's 16th, yeah, 16th.
Yeah, so, but this is a very, very different circuit.
It's if Jericho gets this, that's 3 in a row for him. Because he won in Bahrain the week that you couldn't do commentary.
Yeah, so he was, and that's wide. And is that off? No, it's not. Sakai just managing to keep his Red Bull on the track. I don't think anybody else is currently on the lap at the moment.
But as Moutinho, no, he's invalid. Yeah, he said. But Aldridge is going to follow. He's in an out lap now, so it looks like this could be his final lap.
So we will follow the championship leader on board in the Williams and see whether or not he can threaten top spot. Let me just have a look at the comments. Yo.
I heard your comment in the back. I heard your voice echo in the background.
Yeah, I just had to look quickly.
Martino talking to himself.
Who's Rara? Oh, Rara Lerat. Okay. Okay, so I'm about to take you through on board a lap with the championship leader, who's not raced at the last 2 weekends, so he'll want a very good qualifying here. He's currently about half a second off the pace, as you can see in the top left. So he's got half a second to find, and he's got about 1 minute and 32 seconds left of what is a very, very long lap in Spa to find it. So as he comes through Eau Rouge and rises Flou Blanchimont, he might have quite a bit of traffic on this lap. He's got a Ferrari and an Alfa Romeo up ahead, but it shouldn't be an issue for now. He's also got a Mercedes, a McLaren, a Mercedes and another McLaren all bunching up in that middle sector. So we'll see what this does for Aldridge, as he does manage to improve a little bit in the first sector by just under a tenth of a second. Yellow flag's being waved because the Ferrari was trying to jump out of the way. Now it's the heavy downhill braking. Can he keep it nice and close to the apex? He drives through the middle of the corner. If he does keep off that curb, we'll gain time. Would have lost a little bit of time there. And yeah, he aborts the lap. So you saw that he definitely lost time on the exit of that downhill right-hander. I think that's the corner of no name, actually. And as a result, he's had to bail out, but he has got enough time left to do another lap, and you wouldn't have taken too much out of his tyre, so he can go again.
Yeah, Jericho's gone off a lap, so he thinks there's Martino tyres, so he doesn't think he can go any faster. So T13 in the wet. That's going to be fun.
We've currently got Patuka on the lap, and what, Nizy?
Yeah,
Nizy. Nizy goes P3, so I just need to make sure I was getting that pronunciation correct. Nizy goes P3 on a very, very good lap on his first lap in the McLaren. We've got Patuka, meanwhile, though, currently on the lap, and he's looking to steal provisional pole from Jericho Balgos. There's only 38 seconds remaining in the session. Can Patuka find
Oh, he's
time? No,
down.
he's down a little bit. But if you will remember, Patuka lost quite a lot of time in this last corner. So really, all he has to do is nail the braking for the bus stop chicane, and he may well find himself on provisional pole. Only a few seconds left until he gets to the very critical braking zone on the track. We're going to stay on board for it. Is he going to spot his braking? Heavy on the brakes. He brings it over into gear 2. That looks a lot cleaner. He's going to hit both apexes. Heavy on the power now. Opening DRS. Is it going to be enough for provisional pole? No, it's not. Just by about 7/100ths of a second. He does improve though by over a tenth.
And as Aldridge and Ferret have started their laps now, so this is their final attempt to get in the front row and pole.
As does the man currently on provisional pole, Jericho Balgos. Can he improve on his 1 minute 42.1? You can see he's using absolutely every inch of the track on the right hand side there, and he goes almost flat out. Can he keep it in bounds? Yes, he can. Wow, that was very committed there from the Mercedes driver. Is there more time for him to find in this middle sector? The session is now over. Yellow flags being waved in the middle sector. There's a McLaren going slowly at the moment, but Jericho Balgos looks like he's sending absolutely everything, throwing everything out. Is he going to improve this middle sector? Yes, he's up by over a tenth and a half. So this could be the first man into the 1 minute 41s. There's a Mercedes and a McLaren up ahead.
The Tapper was P9.
Tapper goes up to P9, and there's a Mercedes and a McLaren also coming through the final corner. But we follow Jericho Balgos on board as he comes through the final corner. Can he extend his advantage at the top? It does look all nice and clean, but is it fast enough? The lap time will tell right now, and he improves by a tenth and a half. So we look now to ferret the South. I believe Aldridge is actually further up on the track. He's up by a tenth in the middle sector, but it may not be enough for pole position, but we'll have to wait and see as he comes through the final chicane. Now, can he hook it up nicely? That does look very, very good. He keeps the rear in check. Is it going to be enough for provisional pole? No. He does go up into P3 though. Ferret the Sounds are coming through very close. In behind, he goes up into P3 now. So Aldridge down into P4. His teammate Lekala is finished, and I believe that is the end of the session. Patuka's not on the lap.
Sorry, I zoned out completely. But as you said, obviously Patuka put a challenge up, but Jericho just stamped it away by nearly 2 tenths. Like, Jericho's quality pace has been getting better and better, and who's just crashed out on the track? Oh, Hassan. Yeah, so we're just waiting for Patuka to get in the pits, and there we go. So, did you expect that qualifying, or?
Well, yeah, Jericho is generally quite quick in quality, so I'd say, I wouldn't say it's predictable, but Jericho looked like the man on form. And you can tell by the lap time, 2.5 tenths quicker than anybody else on the track. And then about a tenth and a half separating both Ferraris. You've got Aldridge half a second down. He'll want to improve with that pace looking into the race. But then again, we are looking at a wet start, right?
Should be, probably 60 minutes.
60.
But the game's broken, remember, low-key. It might stop raining after like 10 minutes.
As in, it will rain for 60 minutes, or it'll start raining in 60 minutes?
At 60 minutes, it'll rain for.
Oh, God.
So it might be a full race, but you never know what Codemasters are broken, remember?
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah, obviously, it's Spa, so it better be. And the turn 1, remember? Because that can produce absolute mayhem on lap 1. As proven by Roman Grosjean. But how do you feel for tomorrow, Loki, exactly?
I'm quite disastrous at this track. No, I'm not even joking. No, absolutely not. Like, this is the one track on this game that I can say has defeated me. Like, when I'm driving around Spa, I feel like I am very useless at Formula 1 2021, and that is not the case, but that is what this track makes me feel like. So tomorrow is most likely going to be a disaster, but...
Yeah, but what would you rather have, a dry or wet race tomorrow?
Shit, probably wet, I guess.
Fair. But obviously, let's see how these guys manage the wet, because I don't know if it's inters or wet.
Actually, no, I need mixed conditions. Mixed conditions would be great, like hungry.
I think it might be wet.
It's inters.
It's inters, yeah. So the only thing that's going on is the one stop.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the rain gets heavier or lighter. But let's just hope everyone gets their tyres warmed up and brakes warmed up, because that bus stop is going to be so difficult with these tyres for the start.
Yeah, everything's going to be difficult.
I know, true, but it's a sport with obviously the bus, and obviously turn 1 is awful. So we're just going to hope we'll have a clean one.
Okay, wait, 1 second. Hold on. Sorry, 1 sec.
Okay, so obviously everyone's getting let out, getting their tyres and brakes warmed up for the formation lap. Obviously, we should have rain for 60 minutes, which could be the whole race. Or if the game's broken, we might have to see rain at the end. We might see the rain disappear sometime in the race. But we never know, because this game is so broken. So, as you can see, it's Jericho on pole in Mercedes, a Ferrari second and third. Then Aldridge in the Williams P4 Championship leader. Nez in P5 in the reserve for McLaren. Masiek P6, another consistent qualifying by him today. Hassan P7 in the other reserve. Then Yolmir in the Alpine. Tapper P9 here. Melberg and Emery round off the top 10. And then Slippy 1, 2, 3, 4. Watinio, Sarakaya, Libanau, Bios, and Latterile Rat, who's reserving in the Alpha Tauri for the first time this season. As I've just seen Joe. What is Joe who just in the chat? Oh no. That's not gonna work. Okay, I'll wait until Loki gets back, because Jericho's just told me of a problem he's got.
Hello?
Jericho says he's got a weird rain glitch.
He's got a what?
A weird rain glitch. He can't see anything.
He can't see anything. How's he driving then?
I don't know what I mean, obviously, but I think his vision's very affected, is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna open his stream, actually. Seriously, obviously there, just come around the corners now. Where is this stuff motion? Oh, his tires are smoking up.
What?
So do you know the water, when he goes over the water, obviously you get like the little splashes? His car is doing that impotently. So every single tire is producing like smoke. So he's gonna have a fun race.
Hopefully it can fix for him. We've still got Red Bull coming around the final corner.
You can see, but it's more the fact, obviously, his tyres are just doing it every time he starts. So he's gonna hopefully has no one beside him, because he can't see it fully.
I think that's the grid form that I just heard Jeff for some reason.
Yeah, that was Jeff's
no idea
stream.
why. Okay. But there we go. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights. It's 5 red lights. We've got Jericho on the left, Patuca on the right. It's lights out, and away we go. Will that problem affect Jericho? It looks like Patuca's got a better start. He's going to pull up alongside the Mercedes. He's going to try and look for his way around the outside. And Aldridge has got an amazing start. He's up into P3. Can he find his way around the outside of the Ferrari and Ferry? It looks like he can. Jericho Bagos, you've got a big cluster of cars, a few cars going wide. We've got Aldridge now looking for the slipstream. Whilst Patuca, and that's going to be a safety car. Patuca and Jericho go wheel to wheel, and they make contact on the top of Radion, and Jericho just has to avoid the barrier, and he's lost some of his wing, and it's a virtual safety car.
He just rammed to the rear. Jericho took a 5-second penalty. Jericho just did not stop. Oh,
he's got damage, yeah.
With Loki, he literally has fog on his track.
Oh, no.
So he can't see anything.
That is a very big shame for Jericho Balgos. Patuca, though, will be absolutely beaming at seeing all of that wonderful clear track in front of him. Aldridge got an amazing start. He's up into third. He's going to be clearing Jericho as soon as that virtual safety car disappears. Yeah,
Loki, I'll send you a picture of what Jericho sees.
As the virtual safety car is ending and Jericho's pulling over to the side.
Yeah, look at the picture I'm just saying. That's what Jericho's view is. That's how bad it is for him. Yeah, so it's a game glitch for him.
That's a shame.
But thankfully, Jericho looks like he is going to retire, unfortunately. Jericho, unfortunately, having a game glitch which is going to stop him from having a chance for victory today.
if I was him, I'd just pit and stay out on the track because we're surely going to see a safety car in this race. We've already had one incident, and that's Yomir out. He is out on lap 1. He did not finish at least the lap of this race. I'm not sure how it's happened, but there was some form of carnage going on in behind.
Him and Milberg, Milberg squeezed them into the wall. But Batuka leads by nearly 1.7 older Aldridge. Slippy's going for a move on the Williams. And he gets past him around the outside of the bus stop.
Oh, and I think Lacal is struggling there. He actually made contact with Rara Lerat.
Yeah, it's a really funny name, the French. Watina's going for a move on Hassan on the inside. Hassan's gone wide, and he might lose another position to Sarakaya. No, just going to lose it to Watinio. So I've already had a hectic start. Jericho's in the pits, so hopefully he's going to keep going. Yeah, he is, thankfully. But Batuka's the main game. He's crashing out at the bus stop!
He's crashing top of Radion.
Yeah, is that going to be the safety car? No, it's a virtual
surely
again.
That'll be a safety. Jericho's just left the session. I think he's going to try and rejoin, maybe. That's the second virtual safety car in 2 laps, which is generally a series of events around Belgium. So I would not be surprised if we do see a safety car later on at some point in this race.
Yeah, true. Because it's Spa. Yeah, he's back. So, 2 virtual safety cars, and we're only on lap 2. That's a great start.
As Massett gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. That is such a shame for Massett. But for him, there's a very, very long way to go in this race.
Yeah, true, but that's going to ruin his track. He's going to have clean air for the rest of his race now. But Niazi obviously is in P3, obviously, and Aldridge just can't stick to Batuka.
The gaps are yet to recalibrate on my screen.
Oh, same with me. But Batuka is nearly 1.7 ahead last time I checked. But the next cars that I'm going to start battling, there's a Tapper and Masiek. And Emery and Slippy, because they're catching each other. Oh, I'm going to hope it fixes itself or not. Comes the line now. There we go, 1.6. And Marat was retired. Oh, he's retired, that's why. I'm going to see if Jericho's POV is still the same. Because if it's the same thing, that is awful. Oh, you have got to be kidding. It's stopped now for Jericho.
Has he rejoined?
Yeah, he rejoins and it's stopped now, but unfortunately he has to hope for a miracle.
I don't think it's too much of a miracle. I definitely think there's going to be a safety car at some point. I'd be completely surprised. I'd put every single penny I have on there being another safety car.
I've just realised, if Jericho wanted, he could probably stretch these into the end.
Yeah, most definitely. 22 laps should be okay. But then again, I have no idea. I've not actually driven on the Inters too much since they've made a few changes. But whilst we are talking, the gap out in front has been closing. Aldridge is honing in on Patuka. So that brilliant start that we saw for Aldridge looks like it could get a bit better for him as he makes his way through the middle sector and is taking temps out of Patuka every sector. It looks like he might have lost a little bit going through the middle sector there, but we'll wait and see what that gap is looking like come the end of the lap. Currently the closest battle we've got on track is Slippy Jimmy behind Captain Emery, currently battling for P6, only half a second separating the two drivers. Otapa sitting very nicely up in P5 after having a very, very good start. It seems like, Masiek and Malberg are the biggest losers out on the track, and you've got everybody from P5 to P9 having gained at least 4 positions. Yeah,
Masiek took his drive through the first lap as when he got it, so he's got it out the way straight away to go on. Yeah, Aldridge now 3 temps quicker. Ferret's now fastest car on track. This is when the times are going to start toppling down. 55 falls already, and this is when it's going to get even faster. As I've just realised, the Tapper's underfield. And Slippy.
Yeah, I think in the wet, generally, especially through this middle sector,
these has got wide. And that's going to allow Ferrer to catch up now. Yeah, he went really wide up the top of Radion. Ferret's now within the 1 second, obviously. No DRS in these conditions, obviously. But Ferret's now got much closer. So the question is, obviously, is this going to stay the way it is or not?
Well, for the time being, I don't see much changing. But
yeah, because Aldrich is now losing time to Batuka.
It'll be interesting to see how that does play out over the course of this race and whether or not there will be a change in the weather because, like you said, Codemasters can be fairly unpredictable. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But currently on lap 4, we are quite unchanged. We've been unchanged for the past lap or so. That is what the intermediate conditions can do for you. Slippy Jimmy falling back from Captain Emery, lost about 6 tenths on this lap, but we've currently got the Williams of Lekala, followed by Libanal, Hassan, and Moutinho, who's only a 10th behind the McLaren driver, and as you can see, is harrying him around that middle sector. Oh, and Hassan spun and he's out of the race. He is out of that race. Absolutely out. That surely will be a safety car. He's slap bang on the racing line, and that is a safety car.
And Jericho, now is everyone going to pit now is the question. Batuka, no.
Oh, did you pit? He doesn't pit.
No, he was hesitating.
Surely someone's going to box. Nope.
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 No, I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe the wear is probably just non-existent. I wouldn't be surprised.
As usual, Moutinho's gone for the risk. And along with Sarakaya, Masiek's pitting, I feel like he's backed out. Yeah, he's following him in. Alright, so that allows Jericho to get back into this race. Well, that's just, obviously, as Loki said 2 laps ago, there will be a safety car. We have now had 2 virtual safety cars and a safety car. And we're only on lap 5. So, I didn't expect this much chaos already. So this is gonna obviously quite a bit mix the strategies now up. We've got a few guys who pitted for new inters. You've got some guys probably like Jericho's going to the end. It's just everywhere, and it's gonna have different running strategies now. I can tell the low keys die. He's probably celebrating that Arsenal won 3-1.
Amazing result.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, Tottenham drew. Oh my god.
You see Arsenal and he comes back. But I'm a bit annoyed Man City won 5-1.
Oh my god, Tottenham drew.
Okay, who are they versing?
Brentford.
Well.
Oh, thank you, Lord. 0-0, yes, amazing. Oh my god, we might actually get top 4.
As you can tell everyone, he's an Arsenal fan. Okay, we probably have 1 more lap of safety car to go. So this is going to help everyone who's pitted. As Jericho's just come to the cars now, so 1 more lap of safety car to go. I'm just laughing the fact I said Arsenal and you came back. Oh, Jericho's pitted! So Jericho's going for another pit into the end. And then he said mediums there. So this could play off for Jericho. Because he's going to have fresh inters to the end. Oh, actually, wait a minute. He's only got 2 lap holds. Oh, so Jericho is one of his old inters. Well, safety car is going to be at the end of this lap, no matter what. So, do you think he's going to get back into the top 10?
Absolutely no idea. There's only 4 cars separating him, so it's most certainly possible. But overtaking in these conditions is not particularly easy. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares. Oh, goodness me. My apologies. Okay, so just a quick recap before we set off behind the safety car. So you've got Patuka, who managed to gain a place, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Jericho Balgos, who was having some issues with his view. So Patuka's managed to capitalize. To be honest, he had a very good start off the line and really put Jericho Balgos under pressure. Unfortunately for the Mercedes driver, picking up damage when the virtual safety car came out just at the top of Radion. As you can see, safety car will be in this lap. Aldridge also having a really good start at the start of his race. Bless you.
Sorry, I forgot to be myself.
He finds himself up in second position, followed by the McLaren of Nizy. You've got Ferret, who's lost the place. He'll be very eager to get back ahead of the car in front of him. Atapa, Captain Emery, Slippy Jimmy, Lecala, Libana and Bios all making up a very, very large amount of positions in the first 6 laps. Let's see if they can carry on with that trend. You've got Patuka now weaving for tire temperature out in front. The safety car coming through the bus stop chicane, so it will be at his mercy when he lets it go. So wait and see when he's going to throw the gauntlet down and try and fly off into the distance. He'll have to get that gap. And it looks like he's gone, as Bios has got a penalty. No, he hasn't gone yet. Bios has picked up a 5-second time penalty. Patuka trying to spin those rears to build that rear tyre temperature, which is something that Jenny troubles, and there he goes off. He has to make sure he nails this braking zone here now. Aldridge is going to follow him very, very closely through the bus stop chicane as they all filter through. It looks like nobody's really been caught napping too hard. You've got Woutinho very close to the back of Bios, currently battling for the final points position down in P10 and P11. You've got Aldridge still very, very close now behind Patuka, 4/10 of a second. So it looks like he's the best of the restart out of the two of them. I lost a little bit of time on the exit.
Slippy got the better line coming out the bus stop.
As you can see, the Williams of Lecala right on the back of Slippy Jimmy. Can he make a move?
Woutinho side by side, the Rouge!
And Sarakaya, are they going to make it? Yes, they both make it through, but they both go off the track as well. It looks like Woutinho's had to yield and give up the position, and he picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yep, so that game's broken. And he's letting cars by him, as there goes Masiek. So I can't believe they actually went for that. In the rain. And Sarakaya has got a penalty for getting a gain in position. Oh, that's going to be reported.
I think that might have been on Woutinho, but Woutinho slowed down.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one.
Yeah, so Nicoletti's watching the race as it is because he's in the sauna right now. Probably.
I'd rather be in the sauna.
It's a Finnish thing, so what do you expect?
So Libana was gaining a bit there. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm just watching Patuka just can't get the gap built to like last time with Aldridge. It's staying with like 5 temps. So now he's got a challenge to hold off the Williams behind them because these both need a pit unless they're going to the end. But I don't think they will because it's a bit crazy around Belgium. Go on, look, you can continue now.
Not too much going on at the moment. You've got Patuka who's... Ooh, what's happened there? Patuka's got out of shape there.
Woutinho spun out.
Woutinho spun. Is he out? Is he out? Has he picked up damage? He's stationary at the moment. He's not moving. But Patuka looked like he picked up a lot of oversteer coming out of the bus stop chicane, and he lost a lot of time. And that's put Aldridge within 3/10 of a second. Can he make his way past? Looks like Patuka's really using that ERS. Oh, I've not even got the thing on. Sugar. It's telemetry.
But Ferret's right behind Niza because he's going to position as well. Aldridge, I think it's going to be just too far back. And Ferret might look for a move here. Is he going to look for it? Oh, just too far. He thankfully didn't go for that gap. He thankfully backed out as Niza holds third place still, and nothing else is going on behind them. But the rain looks like it's lighter to me. Might just be my POV, but it looks lighter because I can see some sky now in the clouds. That might be just my vision. But
well, let's hope so. It will definitely bring some good racing, some changeable conditions here.
I know, but Aldridge is all over Batuka. He's not letting him get away this time.
And he's not using any ERS.
Oh, Jesus, wet. Just noticed that.
So, yeah, he is all over the back of me. Is he going to try and look for a move going into bus stop? Let's see how straight he can get that Williams on the power coming through here. If you are brave, you will reward the brave. And Batuka looks like he lost it a little bit there. That's going to put Aldridge past him. He lost it on the curb. They're going to go wheel to wheel through Blanchimont. Can the Ferrari maintain the inside line and the position on the track? He's going to have to defend it very, very hard. He's going to go deep and go off the track. Aldridge is going to look for the switchback. Now he's got the outside, which will turn to the inside into the bus stop. Who's going to be brave enough on the brakes? Can Aldridge get the position? He's kept his front wing inside there. They're going to go wheel to wheel and they're going to continue wheel to wheel all the way down into turn one. Is he going to be brave enough to send it?
Yeah, well, but the rain, it's a bit weird now because I don't know if it's light or it's just the same. Oh, we locked up a bit there. Alright, as I said, obviously I'll keep going. But obviously me and my behind Niza is just trying to hold the Ferret as Aldridge might go for a move here again.
I think it's too far back. Batuka's really using that ERS aggressively, but at some point I think Aldridge will make the move stick. He's conserving quite a lot of his ERS.
Sarogani now obviously Jericho and Masick are side by side up. A Rouge! And Masick's gonna hold it off on the outside. And he might get Sarakaya rolls. Oh no, honestly, this race is crazy. As both Hasses exchange positions. And Masick's gonna get 2 in 1. Oh, it's about But with Batuka holding off Aldridge, Niza and Ferret are catching up. Because Niza is now one less than a second. And it was like 1.3 before.
Yeah, as we just watched Jericho Bagos getting through Sayakaya, you've currently got Aldridge still very, very close to the back of Batuka. And as JJ mentioned there, this is allowing Niza and Ferret to catch up. It looks like Batuka's really struggling out in front at the moment. Oh, and he's almost gone off into the barrier, but somehow he's managed to keep it together. Absolutely no idea how. It's a brilliant save from Batuka, but it looks like the car's driving him at the moment and not the other way around as he's losing control. That's 2 laps in a row now in the middle sector. He's been almost in the barrier. It looks like Aldridge is going to aggressively use that ERS here to try and make his way past here on lap 9. Can he make something stick? Is he going to be flat out through Blanchimont? Yes, he is. Now he's just got a bust up chicane. Is he going to look to send it up the inside? No, he doesn't. I'm sure he was very, very tempted. But the McLaren now in the background, as you can see, is all over the back of this and will be watching intently.
And Ferret, obviously, Batuka's teammate is there as well. So the podium is up for anyone.
Yep, and it looks like Aldridge is going to make the move. He has a little look up the inside and Batuka doesn't bite. He probably wanted him to go offline a little bit, but he's literally pushing the Ferrari along the road. And the McLaren is very, very close behind. Batuka using that ERS to try and build a bit of a gap before they get through Eau Rouge and then Radion at the top. Can Batuka keep it nicely on the track? Yes, he does. But Aldridge may well get a run at him if he decides to use his ERS aggressively here.
He is, but he's backed out of it, so he thinks I think Aldridge is happy to stay behind him for the time being.
Because yeah, you look at the ERS difference as well.
As look at the sky now, where the Aldridge is. It's getting a bit blue as Massick gets past Biles now to P11.
So Massick making some good places.
As on the charge, and Jericho's P13 now. Oh, this is not going to open up for the points. But now, there's a 4-way battle for the podium now still going on. Ferret's had a bit of a moment, back lost a bit of time, and Atapa has been chasing these guys down. He's gained 5 tenths in a lap. So Atapa could join the party soon. But Batuka's doing a stallion effort to hold his car ahead and on track. As Loki's pointing out, twice he spun out nearly. And he does not make it 3 times in a row. Oh, this is going to be entertaining to say the least, because these guys need to pit. But the question is, are they going to wait for dry?
I don't
to
think they
happen?
need to pit though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But some people are going to
If
take a
it does
risk.
dry
I
out,
feel like. Yeah,
I think a one
it's
stop would
more.
be pretty easy with the Inters. I mean,
Yeah,
not a one
it's
stop,
more.
sorry, a no stop. Sorry.
It's as if these drivers feel comfortable trying that.
I don't think they'll actually be very worn at all. The Inters. I think, as far as I can remember, they'll probably will get a bit worn, but whether or not a two stop will be quicker because making your way through traffic. Ooh.
Speaking of that, Tapper's now fastest car on track, and he's all behind Ferret now. Tapper's been smashing the times, and he's now all behind Ferret in P4. As Aldridge is still trying to get past Patuka. And he
When he's
might
got
go
a
for
much
it.
better run at the top of Radion, he's surely going to be past here.
Yep, here he goes. Patuka's going to defend the inside, not in the middle of the track.
He's daring Aldridge to choose the side. Aldridge chooses the outside. Is he going to make it stick though? No.
Oh, yellow flag. Who's out?
Somebody's crashed.
That's Lekaka. 1, 2, 4, 3, 4. He spun out right on, but he's kept going. Oh, but thankfully for that, he's kept going. Jericho's now got past Bios. So Jericho's down to P11, only one more position for a point. But Aldridge, it's just Colin.
Oh wow, he's gonna look for the inside here, surely not. He's gonna make the move stick. The Ferrari turns in, they've just about avoided contact. I have no idea how the Williams has not ended up in a spin there, but he's now starting to apply pressure. He's got the McLaren very close behind him in his wing mirror, so he probably notices that he has to get a bit of a move on here. Patuka is slowing him down quite considerably, as we can see through this middle sector. We've got a Tapper now within 7 tenths of Ferret, and Ferret also within 8 tenths of 90, so we've got a small train building up here for the lead of the race. If these two do make contact, then trust me, the guys behind will be more than ready to pick up positions, as Lekala and Sarkaya are battling down in P13 for position at the moment. Looks like Patuka might be without pressure at least until we get down to the back straight, as Aldridge is not close enough to make a move in the bus stop chicane.
It's the race is opening up. We're on Talent approach. Libanal is now the first track warning. And he's P8 at the moment. And he's all over Slippy, of us realised when I jumped to him. But Aldridge is just not able to keep the gap consistent. Like, Patuka pulls away, but then he pulls the gap back. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if it's Libanal gets past Slippy and enters the bus stop.
Oof. I mean, and as you were saying, Aldridge went very deep at the top of Radion, something that can very easily turn into a very bad situation. We've got Sleepy Jimmy and Libanal battling for P7 at the moment. Sleepy Jimmy looking to make a move on Libanal, as you can see, coming down the back straight. Ooh, they get very close to touching wheels, absolutely giving each other just about enough space. Libanal later on the brakes and maintains P7.
You missed that. Aldridge had a half spin. I caught it, and he managed to catch the car and keep going. So the tyres are starting to go a bit off, but the rain is getting lighter.
Yeah, definitely.
So are we going to these guys wait until the dry tyres come out now?
Yeah, I think they'll get to slicks. You can see Woutinho doing the fastest lap at the moment, so it seems like the new Inters are working. Aldridge just can't find a way past Patuka. Jericho Balgos, the man who was chasing down Aldridge, you can see Aldridge getting wide there as well, so it looks like the Williams is struggling a little bit. This could allow an opportunity for the McLaren, who's been saving his ERS very, very well in P3 at the moment, who's now within 4 tenths of a second of Aldridge. Just back to what I was saying, Jericho Balgos, who's obviously 24 points behind Aldridge in the championship with 5 races remaining. Unfortunately for him, he's down in P11. Still a very, very long way to go in this race, as we had just passed half distance on the last lap. We've got Aldridge very close to the back of Patuka, and you've also got Ferret de Souza very close to the back of the McLaren. I wondered if he'll be looking to make a move. You've got a Tapper in the background there of the shot in the Aston Martin, just sitting there waiting like a shark for anything to happen for his advantage. So you can see now riding on board with Ferret de Souza. Is he close enough to make a move on Nizy?
Yeah, Patuka is now managing the gap really well, because Aldridge can't get up to him again. Because Patuka's managed to use his ERS very effectively and aggressively to hold off Aldridge. But if it dries, this might bite Patuka in the ass, because it means ERS will be critical. Jesus Christ, like, I talk English. But it looks like the only battles going on, obviously, is Aldrich and Patuka, and then Ferret and Nezas. Ferret's gone wide there a bit, trying to get up to the McLaren. But other than that, obviously, it's just seeing who's going to make a mistake and who's going to make a move. But the track is definitely going to be dry by the end of the race, it looks like. Maybe.
Yeah, I think the rain's quite light. Dry, I'm not too sure. It does depend when it stops raining.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, the track temperature. But you can see the battle we've got here. This is the top 5. As you can see there, the Ferrari leading and another Ferrari in P4. As it looked like Ferret dipped his wheel into the grass there for a second. They're all quite on the edge. But you've got Aldridge now. He looks like he is ready to make something happen here behind the Ferrari. You can see he's using up that ERS. I wonder if he can get close enough through the bus-up chicane, as Patuka looked like he... Well, actually, no, it looked like Aldridge was a bit deep on the brakes there. You might lose time on the exit. Yes, you can see up to 5 tenths as nice as the first lap of the race.
So, yeah, the track's getting quicker, but I don't think it's getting dry enough. Oh, it did have a spin coming on turn 1. So the track's really dangerous still, and everyone is just trying to get him. It's still light, very, very lightly. But obviously, inters in these conditions are really bad. Nothing else going on still. Just Jericho and Masiek just trying to charge up the field still. The next target is Slippy. But Matuka's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
The fact he's using his ERS effectively and holding off Aldridge, even getting away from Aldridge. Because the gap's now starting to open up very slightly in certain bits of the track. And it looks like he's going to keep it going. So Matuka's much better at the flat corner. I think it's... I don't know what corner it's called. I don't know. But I think Atapa's backed out because I think he's trying to save his tyres. Because he was right up to Ferret's butt and then he backed out with a gearbox. Well, we're on lap 15 when they cross the line here. And 7 laps to go, and I feel these guys are going to the end in these. Because you would have seen the pit stops going by now. So we've got another 7 laps of this, unless the dry conditions come out, which they probably won't. Aldridge is now right in the rear of Patuka again. He struggles an exit though, but Aldridge is now starting to use more ERS. Oh, he looked for the move there, and he's backed out of it. But Aldridge is going to have a much better run here, and he might get him on the McKemmel straight. This is not happening. Now Aldridge going to make the move here. He's got aggressive. Aldridge is using the ERS to burn, but Patuka might have the gap enough to hold it still. And he's going to have no ERS though. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen between these two. Is Patuka going to get his first one in F2? Or is Aldridge going to deny him it? So you can tell though he's focused. Well, he could have not been annoyed. That was Jericho gets past Masiek. Oh, contact, that's right! So Jericho and Masiek are going to come together.
And whilst we're doing that, we've got Aldridge looking to get past Patuka up the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. And can Patuka maintain his first position, or will Aldridge finally take the lead? He does. And he may well come under pressure from the McLaren behind as Aldridge makes the move. Patuka got a little bit out of shape on the exit of the, I don't know what corner that is, the corner of no name or whatever they call it. And Aldridge was able to capitalise and has made his way past. And it looks like he's going to start to stretch his legs out in front of the gap now, up to 7 tenths of a second as the McLaren goes a little bit wide and dips a wheel in the grass. This could give Ferret an opportunity to have a run at him.
Yeah, but you missed it there. You got a warning when the overtake happens. But as you said, obviously, Aldridge is now 8 tenths ahead already. So unless Punch's territory starts happening, but I don't think it will.
I'm pretty sure it stops
Aldrich,
raining.
yes, it has. So, will we see no, we will not see the dries unless it gets dry in the last lap.
This is very interesting stuff.
Interesting tactics.
But as you saw there, the McLaren was pushing Patuka around the corner. Surely he's not going to try and go side by side. No, he does stay behind.
But he might regret that because he's going to be pushing Patuka up here and he won't have a slipstream.
He might just dive back in.
No, he actually might go for it. Is he going for the outside line? And Patuka's going to hold it.
Go deep.
Oh, he's going deep. But he's going to hold it.
Oh, he tried to get a double switch back, but it didn't work. And the Ferrari behind is going to look to gain the position. Is the McLaren going to try and find his way up the inside? It looks like he is. He's going to have the inside line as his teammate Ferry is trying to push his way around. We'll watch this on board with Otapa. The Ferraris are going wheel to wheel. Hopefully they don't take each other out of this race. And Otapa may well have another position. Patuka's dropping like a stone now. He's now found his way down into P5 and there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. He looks almost defenseless out there on track. As the three cars have made their way past in the middle sector. It's been a horrible lap 16 for Patuka.
Look at the Coutinho.
What?
He's gone for softs.
Why has he done that?
Because he's a moron. But
yeah, that's not going to work.
Patuka's tyres must be dead because he's now losing. Look how much time he's losing. So his setup might be aggressive on tyre and Coutinho's span out already.
Yeah.
Well, he's made a stupid, but Aldridge is 2.5 ahead. So he looks like he's going to be adding another win to his collection this season. Unless something unpredictable happens. Spins out in the last corner. But Naze could be on for his first
Patuka's in the
corner,
pits. I have no idea what these guys are. I think his inters are dead. He's coming to the pits.
Yeah.
I think he should throw in a new set of inters. I don't think he should go for the softs.
No, I'll keep an eye on Patuka and see what tyres he's getting on. Yes, inters. So Patuka's tyres are just fully dead.
Interesting.
So Patuka unfortunately has gone from first position. He might not even get a point now. Because Masiek's come on the final corner now. And no, Patuka's going to stay P9.
It depends on if everybody can do this or if a stop is necessary. As you saw there, Ferret and Nizy are battling over the final two places on the podium, and Ferret getting a little bit out of shape on the rear there.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep an eye on these top three because you never know what's going to happen when these inters. Oh, Naze is struggling now. He's just locked up massively. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen there. Jericho gets past Bios now with his contact. There's Masiek, which might be reported. Aldridge has managed his tyres really well. The others got behind are struggling now. Yeah,
with Aldridge currently in P1 and Jericho Balgos down in P11, if Aldridge can take this victory and Jericho does fail to score, it may be difficult for Jericho to see his way back into this championship fight, as the gap will be potentially 49 points. And with 4 races to go, it will obviously be very difficult for Jericho to take the title, but still there are 5 laps remaining in this race. As you can see, the conditions are very unpredictable, so absolutely anything can happen. So do stick around to see how it ends up. We've currently got Aldridge leading the race by 2.9 seconds ahead of the McLaren of Nizy, who's closely followed by Ferret and Otapa. Captain Emre is 5 seconds behind the front runners, currently down in P5 with another 5-second gap going back to Libena. So a fairly lonely race for those two drivers there. You've got Malberg only 1.1 seconds behind P6, so he's going to be battling to see if he can gain a position on the last few laps, as you've got now Ferret using up as much of his ERS as possible, and it looks like he may well have a run on the McLaren if he's not careful, as the McLaren goes a little bit defensive. I don't think Ferret's going to send it. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, that was a bit weird by Nazy there. He moved right and then back left when Ferret was making a run. But we're going to wait and see what Miku says.
No, I don't think that's illegal at all.
I know, but it is Miku, remember.
As his yellow flags, Lecala.
Yeah, Kyle again. I think he was side by side with Bios, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was.
But the question is, I'm actually interested to see if Inters can actually make it.
I think they'll make it.
Because Batuka struggling 16 laps. Because if you look at the gap now, Aldridge has just lost a second. Oh, there's Matinho, who's on the soft still, like a moron. As now Matinho's going to be a lap down.
Yeah, Matinho's...
nice one, Matinho. He's
on the soft spot. He's not. Yeah, the soft tires are not the right tire to be in at the moment. But as you can see, we've got Ferret looking to make a move on Nazi going into the bus stop chicane. Let's see if we can pick them up. Yes, we can. Going through Blanchimon, and the Ferrari is going to pull out to the left. Is he going to try and send it up the inside? No, he doesn't. He's going to try and hold it around the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. We'll follow this on board with the Aston Martin of Atapa. They make contact, and Atapa also makes contact with Ferret as well.
Oh, Atapa they lost as well, and Emery is just Mattino's pitted. So Mattino's young. But this is helping Emery slowly rein these guys in now. But,
and it's also helping Aldridge, who's managed to pick up 1.2 seconds in that lap, as Patuka does the fastest lap of the race on those new intermediate tyres. And Patuka's currently... Oh, and Ferret goes well off the track there. I think he must have got out of shape in the middle of the corner, and Atapa's now going to cruise past him.
So Atapa could be on for a podium here, but what position will he be on? Can he get back up to Nazi in the McLaren? Because Ferret his tyres might be off now. Because Atapa's starting to inch away a bit. Oh, I just don't know what's going to happen further back. As with living out, Mattino's going to be lapped by everyone. Patuka gets more slippy in the P8.
Patuka's really quick right now.
Yeah, he might be able to catch up to the guys ahead. But he won't get anywhere near Atapa and all that, I feel like. But, so Aldridge struggles in Sector 2, because he's just lost another 6/10.
I think it really depends. It depends on if these inters are going to fall off or not, because Patuka is going to be really quick. And they're about 3 corners ahead?
It's more the fact Patuka's going to catch these guys and get past them, though.
Yeah.
Because it's a rain track, and you know that the track's dry.
So we'll watch the gap. The gap now currently between Patuka and Aldridge is 19 seconds, so that's probably quite unassailable. But we're probably looking at about P6 for Patuka.
There we go again. Aldridge lost another second behind.
Oh, yes, he has.
I don't know if Aldridge is backing off to save his tyres.
Yeah, I think he would be. He's pitting. Has he got a puncture?
No, he hasn't.
What's he boxing for? Dry tyres?
Yeah, well, that means Patuka could take the finished. I'm going to stick an as he's the only one pitted. Let's see. I'm going to keep an eye on Aldridge because Patuka's going to be ahead of him cleanly. He's going all the way to the end. No, he's got another pair of inters. The tyres aren't going to last. Yeah, and who's just spun out? It's Watinio again.
So who can take these intermediate tyres to the end?
But who's going to be in front? Patuka or Aldridge? It's going to be close. And there's Aldridge and Patuka's come around the last corner.
But Patuka's got a good run though.
Yeah, he could get me on the Camel Street. Oh, and Patuka's got 3 seconds. Oh.
So this is very interesting stuff. So here on lap 20, as you've seen, the leader Aldridge has pit with only 2 laps remaining. So that means that the intermediate tyres must be going on. So we'll keep a very keen eye on Nazi and Atapa, followed by Ferret, who's also losing time. Captain Emre's managed to gain on these guys, but it seems like these tyres are well on their way out. Can Aldridge pull something back and manage to find his way on the podium? There are only 2 laps left, but it seems like everybody will be struggling for tyre grip at the moment.
And you never know, the punches start coming out for people as well. So there's 2 more laps to go, but it's just literally because the track
the tyres, have a look at the tyres. They look horrible on the fronts.
I know, and the fact that the track's now starting to dry as well. Atapa's now gone purple in Sector 2 somehow. He's 3/10 off.
Could Atapa win this race? He can actually. Nazi's got a penalty.
I was just about to say, I wasn't going to say that. But Atapa, obviously, but our Ferret's tyres have dropped off because look at the gap now.
And Atapa's tyres look okay as well. The fronts look fine.
And theirs is not going to pit. These guys aren't going to pit. They're going to the end.
Yeah, I think at this point you have to risk it.
Because I've seen those 2 have pitted.
So Aldridge is probably banking on somebody getting a puncture because it's quite surprising that he did come into the pits with only 2 laps to go. Maybe he was on the cusp of a puncture himself.
And he has to get past the cars ahead of him now, which are Malberg and Livernow. So now it's going to be a race to the finish now, because this could decide the finish positions massively. Because Emery, obviously, he has a top. I think he pitted a lap before these. Oh, no, he didn't pit. Sorry, he just did Norris. Because Malberg, obviously, the guy's got 2 lap
the
pressures.
McLaren's front tires are absolutely horrendous.
I can see the what they're called again. I can't remember the thing where there's a line.
Graining or blisters.
Yeah, blister. There we go. You can see the blisters.
Yeah,
in
he's got no grip.
Massive.
He's got no grip at all. Those front tires could puncture. He could get a puncture. You could see it. He's absolutely going to be struggling a lot. Full grip. Aldridge half a second behind Malberg at the moment. Only a lap and a half for Nizy to negotiate before taking his first victory in Ero F2, as far as I am aware. Otapa, though, is going to chase him down, and it looks like his tires may well be in slightly better condition. You can quite obviously see on that front right that they've got much better.
Aldridge isn't going to do it. He's stuck behind Melberg. So Aldridge is going to literally, unfortunately, roll the dice and not work out for him. So one of these guys, unless something happens to all these guys, is going to win today.
I'm thinking maybe Aldridge hasn't rolled the dice. I'm thinking he must have been in trouble with his tires, and he had no choice but to pit, because with 2 laps to go, I think.
Here he goes. He's going for it.
Yeah, he'll be very quickly behind. Oh, Sugar, he's on the grass, and he gets the position done.
That's Max Verstappen after. Last lap now here, and here we go. Oh, we're going to see any punches.
So nice, if you look at him, he's literally crawling through turn 1. It's so gingerly that the McLaren's having to negotiate this track at the moment. There's still a very, very long way before he is home and dry at the finish line. But can he take his first victory? Aldridge now is 13 seconds behind the lead, is unassailable at this point, unless there are punches. Otapa is sitting nicely behind the leader. He will take the victory if he can, without penalty, negotiate this lap. As you can see, Nizy going very slowly there. You can absolutely crawling his way through the beginning of the middle sector. The front right, looking absolutely shot completely. I don't know how he's managed to keep on the track. The track looks relatively dry at the moment.
Look, it's the fact this is his debut race, and look what he has to do in his first race.
Now he's going to be sweating through this fast left-hander, is where the front left is going to scream for a little bit of life. Can he keep it all together in terms of a puncture? At the moment, he's avoiding that. Otapa, though, only 6 tenths behind, but remember, Nizy does have a penalty. We don't know how much of a penalty he does have, but he has got a penalty, as you can see in the top left of your screen, as Bios gets a 3-second time penalty.
As speaking of, Adam is now trying to hold off Aldridge for P5 in the Aston Martin. So Aldridge is all over him, but Livernow is determined to hold this position. And Otapa's all over Nathan now, 4 tenths. But Otapa's fuel lights on. And Nathan is going to hold it off. Oh, a huge look! And it's going to be a no stop for these guys, and they're going to win the gamble and take the podium. And he's let Otapa pass! Otapa's going to win it on track! And Emery gets the podium! And Aldridge is going to get past Livernow and fastest lap for him. Wow, that's a crazy end. Batuka can only get P8 still. And Maciek is slipping around another point. Oh no, actually Gerald was going to steal a point. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh wow. So... I don't know. Nazy might have finished the same time as Otapa, because look at the glitch.
Yeah, I think nonetheless he was gonna concede the victory because of the penalty. No.
Look, he stopped on the finish line to let Otapa pass. Like, he pulled to the left and then braked.
Interesting. Well, nonetheless, Otapa does take the victory here in Belgium, so I'm sure he'll be absolutely losing his mind with that, having started in P9.
But it's Emery's first podium as well.
And a big congrats to Captain Emery in the Mercedes, who also gained 8 positions, the same as Otapa, and has managed to round out the podium positions. Libernal gaining 10 places up in, I believe, P6, as I can't see at the moment. Coutinho finishing last. He tried to gamble for the soft tyres. Unfortunately, didn't pay off. For Jericho Balgos, his championship bid isn't completely over, actually, because of the fact that Aldridge had to pit with a few laps remaining, probably having had those intermediate tyres right on the edge of a puncture. So Aldridge only finishing in P5, having really been the man, or looked like the man to beat in terms of out-and-out pace in this race, but he takes an extra point for fastest lap and P5. Jericho Bagos takes no points, so he does extend his lead at the top of the championship. Patuca, having had a great start to this race, also had to stop for Inters very early on, about lap 16. He didn't manage to make his way back up, finishes down in P8. Masiek also losing positions, with Slippy Jimmy rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, and it's just a chaotic race to say the least. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 no stops, and 6 of them got podiums. And podiums points.
Yeah, I think probably the best way to do it was probably be a bit conservative and go for the no stop.
Aldridge, I think, timed his pit stop too late, but obviously he had to, it looks like. But what a drive by Atapa, Neza, and Emery. Ferret's tyres dropped off so much, Emery managed to catch back up with the time penalty. Well, that's an interesting race, to say the least. Are we doing interviews, Loki?
Let's see.
Well, that was an entertaining race to say the least. I thought it was going to be boring because of the rain, but then that happened. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to invite them. Because I know Tapa's going to be screaming. Let's just get them in. Emery, Tapa, and who was the other one? Nizia. Well, that was an entertaining race to say the least. Oh, alright, is a Tapa going to be screaming?
Yes!
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's how we do it. Finally, after 2 years, the Maiden Victory. Let's go!
Oh, was that your first victory as well?
Yes, my first ever in Ero.
Yeah, look, he's only had second and third.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. I would have hyped up even more. Oh no. Wow, well, congratulations then. A very deserved victory. You kept your tyres together very, very nicely, I must say. When comparing them to everybody else's tyres, your tyres did seem in very, very good mix. So congratulations on the victory.
What was your percentage at the end?
The percentage was like pretty good. I think less than 50%.
Because Aldridge said he had 84 before he had a pit.
84? Wow. How is it possible? Like, because I was running very high diff, like 58. So I think this is a very big tire degradation, but yeah, I don't know how, but I managed to do it under 60%, which is really good.
Yeah, I think you really controlled your pace very nicely. You weren't doing. I think Aldridge, the reason why his tires are probably on 84% is he was pushing. Yeah, he was pushing Patuca really hard, and Patuca was killing his tires as well. So they basically killed their tires out in front, and you managed to manage them perfectly. So again, congratulations on your first victory. Very, very a long time coming, but it's a good track to get it at as well, especially a difficult circuit like Spa. Just tell us your thoughts on the race and how you're feeling at the moment.
My feeling was at the start was weird because I wasn't practicing the wet conditions, so I was finding 5 minutes the wet setup. So it was a very, very interesting one. Like poor qualifying session, P9. And I had one of the best starts ever. Like I overtook immediately, instantly 4 cars into turn 1. So I was like, okay, it can be good. And yes, I don't know. I was saying to Adam that I don't know how is it possible that I was so consistent, because I was doing 55-2, 55-3, 50, just 55s, and I don't know how is it possible, but it's victory at the end.
No, yeah, and now you can get up to Coutinho's total.
Yeah, like I don't know what was Vitinho doing,
Okay,
to be honest, but okay.
okay, Loki, it's just gonna be a tapper because
Yeah,
Enzo can't talk much English and Ember doesn't have a mic.
and
Yeah,
very
that's
simple.
right. That's right.
So, a tapper, how did you feel during the race after the qualifying?
After the qualifying, I was disappointed, as I said, because I had a pretty poor qualifying session. But from the start, as I said, I overtook 4 cars into turn one. So after that, I was thinking that it can be good, but depends what the other guys in front will be doing with their pace. But I'm so happy that I managed my tires perfectly because I had less than 60%, and yeah, at the end I was faster than the other guys, or they had to pit because of the tire wear. And yeah, as I said, I'm so happy. Like I can't express my feelings right now because it's something very special, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, obviously as it was, it's a special race, a no stop at Belgium.
What? Sorry.
It's obviously a no stop today. You did.
Uh,
Tapper, were
yeah.
you ever going to think about pitting, or are you going to go to the end on the tires?
Of course, at the start I was thinking about pitting, but when we had the second virtual safety car, I think the lap 5, I had 12% tire wear, and I was saying that 12 divided by 5 is like 2.4.
Oh,
So
quick maths, all
yeah,
right.
quick, yeah, mathematic master type of idea. So I was thinking like 60% at the end. So after that I said no, we are not pitting, and Adam as well. So I was said that no pit, and yeah, I'm happy that we managed the tire and pace as well.
Sorry, yeah, that's one button.
Yeah, no,
So Tapper, were you streaming?
yeah, I'm live, mate.
Oh, fair. That's because the fact, obviously, you Twitch and thing go off in the chat.
Yeah, like I've got 7 viewers right now, so it's good, and some beats from my friends from Slovakia, so I'm very happy.
Well, I can tell Adam's watching it.
Adam is watching, of course, I think,
Yeah,
because
I mean, it's Adam.
yeah, because he was you can watch the replay of this stream. He was screaming as well because you know
Oh my god.
he finished P6 from P16,
Yes.
like his driver of the day. So the both we had a very good race.
Well, I'm not going to say who's getting the driver today, but I have a strong understanding who's getting it, and I'm not telling you right now.
Okay.
All right then. So it was a good eventful race in Belgium. Next time out, I believe, is Saudi.
Yeah.
We have 1 week off, right?
Yes. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Obviously, tomorrow will be F1, the Belgian Grand Prix, where I'm going to be probably finishing last or not finishing at all.
No, you will not. Don't worry.
No, mate. I'm
top
so
10,
bad.
Top 10 definitely.
No,
Absolutely not.
look, you're gonna do with Kevin Magnussen in 2016.
What was that?
K-Mac, yeah, K-Mac.
When he smashed into the wall in Renault.
The thing is, I'm still yet. You know what? The thing is, I'm still yet to crash out of a race in ERO in my 3 years being here. I've not crashed out once.
You're gonna crash out tomorrow.
No, you know, no. One thing I'll never do is crash out. I'll say that. But I'm not going to be very fast, so don't expect anything. But nonetheless, yeah, tomorrow F1. So make sure you tune in. It's been fairly competitive this season, and yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks for Saudi, which is a track that I personally still have not actually raced at. I've not touched Saudi, so at least a week will be helpful for that. In terms of F2, the championship race isn't completely dead, as Aldridge did not take the victory, which at some point looked like would be all but given for him to take. So still a chance for Jericho to hit back at his title rival next time out in Saudi. Until then, from myself and JJ Dog, have a good rest of the weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye, guys.